Hi, this is Kevin Thomas with Progressive Pulse, sitting down talking to Pat Gilles, who's co-director and co-writer of a movie called Olive. Interestingly, the reason Olive is so progressive and exciting is it was all entirely filmed on a smartphone. And yet, it's not just some movie that two guys did in their garage. It stars Academy Award nominated actress Gena Rowlands. Okay, first of all, Pat, I have to know as a film lover, how did Gena Rowlands get involved in your smartphone movie?
She is the intrepid maverick of her craft. I mean, she started out doing black and white, then she moved in the 70s into doing independent films. She's always been independent. You know, it's her she's so good that she's taken this independent realm into a greater popularity, but she has that independent spirit. She was the perfect person for this movie. Now, with that said, Gena Rowlands doesn't need to prove anything to anyone ever again. So she runs from gimmicks. What brought her on was the story. In fact, when she learned about the smartphone angle, she sort of turned the other way. We had to convince her by testing, and ironically, she loved it.
You could see the first 5 minutes of the movie on the website olivethemovie.com. And it looked like, I mean, I haven't seen it on the big screen, but it looked amazing. I can't believe a smartphone did all of that photography. I mean, is it just the one phone? Like, how'd you get all the different cuts? And you were like on a motorcycle? Like, come on, Pat. How many smartphones were hanging out of the set?
This is the one and only phone that was used for the entire film, except for the helicopter shot and some of the driving shots. We would either unscrew this phone, I just have it on with some step rings, or we would use our other phone with no adapter and just, hang it out the side of the car in focus to infinity.
So, all the like reaction shots, you had to like really film it twice because, someone talks, someone listens. Usually there might be multiple cameras, but you had the one phone.
It is a typical one camera shoot, feature length film.
The movie is one great idea. I mean, the way you did it, but the story is going to bring in the audience. And I read the story about this. Tell us a little bit about what Olive's about.
So the movie is about three people that are lost internally, emotionally, intellectually. There's sorrow. There's an older woman that's heading into the early stages of dementia. There's a young man who is struggling with weight and self-esteem. And then there's an immigrant who's struggling to assimilate into America. The premise was that Olive, is she real? Is she not real? She comes into their lives uninvited. And sort of the theme of the story is if you let someone sit around and talk long enough, not just to a mirror, but to talk to someone who will listen, they will ultimately, sooner or later, talk themselves out of the problems. Because we all have the moral grounding, right? Mm-hmm. Unless we're disturbed, we will talk ourselves into the right answer if someone just listens. And so Olive is the perfect listener. And there's a surprise at the end.
Well, let me ask you this now. I know, like your co-creator, co-director, co-writer, Huma Khalili, he is such a lover of the Oscars like I am. So this is playing right now in one theater in the United States, in LA, to qualify for Oscars.
Correct.
Now, where's it going to go after that?
Well, our goal is to self-distribute. And to do that, it's a monumental task. I mean, making a feature film is a monumental task. Making one on a cell phone is near impossible. Making one on a cell phone and getting it into the award shows is beyond all those things. However, Human finds a way to get things done.
Guys, Olive looks like a great movie. Surprisingly, it's on a smartphone, but if you go to olivethemovie.com, you can watch the first 5 minutes of the film. And our LA watchers, you should just seek it out this week, starting December 16th for 1 week in LA, maybe at a theater near you in San Francisco or New York. And in the meantime, this is Kevin Thomas with Progressive Pulse. Thank you.